Hey friends, welcome to episode 53 of a Naughty Mess Knitting Podcast. I am filming so late at night. It's 11:13 p.m. It is Thursday, August 8th, and it has been a crazy week. I will get into that in a really short order because I don't have a lot of knitting to talk about. But I didn't want to skip this week because I do want to talk. It's going to help me, honestly. As much as I just wanted to drop one for y'all this week, this is going to help me get organized. Talking out loud helps me a little bit. Not with work things, surprisingly. I like to just process internally, but all these craft things, I feel like my creativity needs, air and breath. Okay, so I will talk about what I'm wearing, which is crazy. It's a sweater, yes. I was upstairs in my house when I changed, which has air conditioning, and then I came down to my office, which does not. I mean, it's the same house, but there's no actual air conditioning unit down here. It's a little bit toastier than I thought, but it's late at night. It's dark. I felt like being cozy. So you know what? I wore a sweater. Let's talk about that. I'm going to talk about a finished object. I did get one thing done, and I'll talk about the other thing I spent time knitting. So, and then flock stuff, and then, this should be a pretty short episode. So let's talk about this first. This, y'all haven't seen in a while. I will put a picture up actually of me wearing it full size because I'm not going to get up tonight. This is the Duotone by Rachel Costello, who is Rachel Costello Knitwear on Instagram. It is a test and I did. I finished this on December 31st, right? So this was like an end of the year one. I think it was like due on the 2nd or something of January. And I made a size 5, which is 54 inches. The recommended ease is 6 1/4 to 11.75. For me, this is 7 inches, so right in that range. I used 4.5 millimeter needles for the body and 4 millimeter needles for the ribbing. This is all ZZ Textiles. Okay, the other reason I wanted to wear this, I was like, who am I excited to see? I picked out a sweater slightly based on that. And this was really nice because this is when I started to message Rach from ZZ Textiles more because I needed help picking out this combo. It was a little bit hard. Like fluff tends to be, Surrey tends to be like so much lighter. Like even in her pictures, I was like, but will it go well with the other thing? Anyway, so this is ink and this lighter color is called leather. The leather is baby Surrey. It's 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk. It's 328 yards for 50 grams. And the bluey color, it's like a bluey purple color, is called ink. It's 100% non-superwash merino. It is a fingering weight. It's a 2-ply. It's 400 yards for 100 grams. Okay, so here it is. It's a drop shoulder construction. If you guys remember me making this, and if you're new, then I'm going to tell you just like a tiny bit about it. This is a drop shoulder construction. You actually start midway up. You don't have to start all the way at the bottom. You can knit as much of the body as you want before you split for sleeves, as long as you knit 4 inches, which just gives it some stability. This is so you can do you basically do a provisional cast on so that you can knit downwards then and make the body to the correct length. So you could really use this methodology for anything. This was great to do for this because also the way that the hem is for this is that it is like it's an I-cord essentially. It's like a sectioned I-cord around. So you slip some stitches, you knit one, you slip some stitches, you knit one, then you like knit one whole row or whatever. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice effect. You do it for all of the edges, and then it's an I-cord edge, actual I-cord edge. I did those with real DPNs, I think, because I didn't have my cordsmith at the time, though this would be great to do your cordsmith. This I-cord is created just while you're making the sweater. Same with the ones on your sleeves. Yes, that's a nice detail, right? And there is one in the back too. And then you have this beautiful, and this is actually like a folded, a double brim or double collar. This felt like it took 1,000 years to make. There's something about that, even though you're slipping more stitches, that I think because your flow is a little bit different, even though it probably took less time to knit overall, it felt longer. And yeah, and it's a nice drop shoulder. It's a very sweatshirt feel. The way that she constructed this, like the actual fit is super, super comfy and really flattering. It is warm to be wearing a fingering sari together in August. Yes, you're correct. I'm going to tough it out because this is going to be a short episode. So this is what I'm wearing. And I love this very much. It's one of my favorite knits. I've worn it. I wore it a lot when it was pretty cold. It's really nice and cozy. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. Let's move right along to projects. Let's talk about what I finished this week. You guys aren't ready for this, and you can't be because I still can't show you the colors. I know, but I did prepare you for this a couple of weeks ago that I was gonna finish this before she started reveals. I am gonna give this to Coley at Flock. It will no longer be in my possession. I have not taken pictures of it yet. I really missed. I meant to take an unblocked picture and then a blocked picture because it was a really big difference, but I just like lost track of time during my day. I'll talk to you about why. And I just needed to get it washed and because I wanted to make sure it really dried. I dried overnight last night for part, but then I ended up throwing this outside today in the middle of the afternoon to finish drying, and it dried super, super fast. So we are happy about August for that. Okay. So this is a sample knit that I have been working on and I really chugged fast. This took me 44 days to knit from beginning to end. Those first 2 weeks, I almost knit nothing. I knit like the bottom hem and then a little bit, and then I just powerhouse this. So it has taken a lot of my knitting time. It's a bigger sample than other ones that I have done before, not only because the size is a little bit bigger, but it's a project. And I'll give the pattern some ratings and I'll talk more about the construction in a second, but I'm going to show it now. So it is going to be black and white. And this is my Tessellated Pullover sample for Paisley Knits by Andrea Mowry, who is Drea Renee Knits. She's done, and isn't she pretty? Pretty gorgeous. Yeah, she's beautiful. I'm gonna be really glad to get her out of my house. Here it is. It's done, it's blocked, and I'm gonna give you a close-up of the body because I think if you remember last week, it looked really scrunchy, and I told you this was gonna happen, but look how nice that texture is now. Yeah, it's still a little bit more like, I didn't really look at again at a close-up of like one of Andrea Mowry's sample pictures, but like this is DK weight and sari, and it's a light sari, so like it's just a different construction a little bit, but it looks beautiful. It's squishy. The colors, which I wish you could see, are so, so pretty. I will take 1,000 pictures of this tomorrow. I'll take up some close-ups. So all the things. So as soon as Coley posts all 3 of these on her grid, it's 3 colors, I will spam y'all with a lot of photos of what it looked like done. And hopefully she'll be posting this also worn, which will be extra yummy. So I blocked this 2 measurements. I did have to pin it because it was pretty scrunched in the body. The sleeves, however, grew a little bit more than the pattern. Again, Coley is tall, so I'm hoping this is not a problem. I did try to get them close to the pattern by like not letting them pull at all. Like I had a pin here at the sleeve edge, and I just like, I did this and then laid really that was my scientific way of doing that when I was blocking. So it turned out really great. Okay, let's talk about this pattern. Actually, I don't feel like I've really discussed all of the things. I'm not going to put it on because this is very much not my size, but it is cropped. I actually thought, I know I said this last week, but the second sleeve flew by. The first sleeve felt like a slog, and I think Katie nailed it. I think I said this last week that like you have to do more yarn management, as in like every row you are flipping it around, making sure you're not tangled. And it was fine if I had them like across a flat surface or really like in 3 areas on the couch. So when I spun, it was easy for me to like know if I had to go under or over. Even though you kind of do that for the body because you're spinning and spinning and spinning the body, it's so many more stitches, it's so much longer to do that it just didn't feel as annoying. So the flat knitting was really easy to manage yarn, so that was good. And I felt like the front and the back flew. The sleeves just felt like a little longer. The second sleeve though, because I knew exactly how many little, and I guess I could have done the math for this, but I did not, how many decreases it was, I knew, but like exactly how many pattern repeats it was, I was like, oh, I've got 5 left. Oh, I've got, you know, and I just like went super fast. What the other thing, actually, I think a fit complaint for me that I put change, and it's totally, you can visible in the sample photos. These are wide baggy cuffs, and I think Ariel might have said something about this too when she made it, is that like, I don't like that, like personal preference. Like this is about as wide as I would do. Even for my size, it's substantially bigger than I would make for myself. So I would either change my decreases a little bit, or I'd keep them and just do a rapid decrease at the end just to like help scrunch it in a little bit. I don't know that I'll make this for myself. I'm definitely invested in making the vest for myself. I have yarn for it. I have a vision. I want to make it so badly, but I enjoyed overall. I like mosaic knitting. It doesn't bother me. And I really love like the squish, the end product. I'm interested to see how like the texture feels or looks different in sport. I won't have this to compare to, but I will take 1,000 photos and I will keep it in the back of my mind. I am really happy with the colors and the way this came out for Coley. Again, these are not Megan colors. I would not wear these, but I really love it. I do like the exposed seam on the top. I think I said that last week, but this with the combo of how like the collar is, like it looks like nice. It's nice looking. It's a really gorgeous sweater. I do really like the long, this was painful even for myself. I think like it doesn't matter what size you do. 3 inches to start with 3 inches of 2x2 ribbing is rough for a sweater, but it's fine. It's all good. I am going to put this down because it's making me 1,000 degrees. So some things that I thought were really interesting. I have not made an Andrea Mowry sweater before. So I am working on the Daydreamer, and that'll be my other sweater that's Andrea Mowry. I know for her drop shoulder things I just hadn't done before, she casts on a few stitches before you do the split or at the split, so that the drop is more exaggerated without the body having as much volume. I love this idea. I want to do it for my size. Again, Daydreamer's not for me either, but I think like I'll see it and I'll see like how I feel about that. It was interesting to seam it up. I didn't feel like she had the clearest instructions for that part, but what I ended up doing was just taking a long tail, like I made it, 10 inches or something. And I sewed that in, and then I just used that to pick up, right? Like, I don't know that there'd be a different way to do it, but I just felt like the instructions were like not super clear with like what you're supposed to be doing. If you're supposed to use a tail from just splitting for the body, or if you were supposed to start with new yarn. I just chose to start with new yarn. Weaving in the ends for this was like, there's a lot of ends near the armpits, like all along the sleeves there were a lot of ends, but it was fine. It was fine. I liked making it. Would I make it again? For me, possibly. Really invested in the vest. I didn't think it was a bad experience. I think the fit is going to be nice. I'm excited to see it on Coley. I love the play of like colors and what you could do. This is a very, I'm sure you could kind of tell, super low contrast version, and I think it's really fun in those really high contrast versions too. So I don't even know which I like better. My vest will be higher contrast. That's all for that. Let's move on to the one work in progress I have, which is my Slanty Stripes. I did not finish this. This week was killer. I am the row before splitting. Oh my goodness, y'all, it's late. Okay, I am the row before splitting for sections, triangle sections for the front. This is the front. Those will go faster. Like right away, I'm taking away like 20 stitches, and then I'm breaking those into 2 sections and going quickly. It's only 7 color repeats, which seems like a lot, but it's really not that many. It is what the bottom is. I mean, I guess that's to be fair, but I don't think like you're just decreasing the whole way. Like I love just decreasing. It'll be so fine. So I'm going to try to get it done tomorrow. Like I have 0 guarantees. I would love to wear this Saturday, but that requires me to finish early enough in the day that I wash it, because I'm gonna have to block it, sew it, and I-cord. Like I'm probably dreaming. I'm dreaming. That would be an amazing feat of knitting magic though. Maybe I'll just wear it Sunday. That's okay too. I can finish it on Saturday night. We are doing a lot of stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I just love it so much. Okay, that's the Slanty Stripes pattern by Emily Curtis. That is the last of my makes that I cast on during my knit along, which was a chaotic mess knit along for Emily Curtis patterns. And let me tell you some details about it. That is a size 4. It's 48-inch bust. Recommended ease is +4 to +8 inches. I'm just doing 1 inch and we're disregarding the recommended ease, and that's okay. I am using 3.25 millimeter needles. I won't use anything else during this other than the Cordsmith to do my eye cords. So there is hope that I'll get it done, because that thing, it's magic. It's super magic. I am using Witchfire Fibers Double Sock in the Mask Made Me Cry tonals. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards for 100 grams. I freaking love it. I love the colors. I love the way it's turned out. I just want to wear it. Okay. It's only Thursday, guys. It's only Thursday. There's hope. So, that's all I have to share. I did 3 rows on my moon set tee the other night. I just decided I was gonna pick it up, and that's all I did. I did 0 rows on my kip, on my Daydreamer, and I did 10 sleeve rows on my Ever After. So I didn't bring those down because those are irrelevant. That's not enough progress for you guys to care about. This one I didn't even show you where it was, but I had just finished the ribbing essentially on the front section. I really had hoped to get it done, at least the panels done before I filmed, but whew. Let's talk about books, because the best thing happened, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. First, I realized while I was editing last week, I got like distracted on a tangent, and I never told you anything about Just for the Summer. I'm only gonna tell you 2 seconds, and that is like, please read this book. It was so full circle on some of the characters that she like put from other books, not only the cameos, but the good things. This book is about I mean, she writes these heavy books, right? So this is Abby Jimenez. Heavy romances. So you know they're going to end up together, right? She's never disappointed us in this fact. You know there's going to be some sort of blow up, generally with a good reason. I think there was only one of them that I was like, that was kind of stupid. A good reason for them to like need to take a break. This one was a good reason. This one really pulled at my heartstrings so hard. Part of it was, it's not often that people write, like, especially in romances, like truly unredeemable characters. And she did it in a way that was just so compelling. The villain is just the worst villain. And the protagonist, like the way that she dealt with her feelings, it was just, I cried. I think it was the first time I've cried in a while. Like, I cried during part of the reveal of that book. Okay, I'm just saying you should read it. Okay, I did finish That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf by Kimberly Lemming. It's the second of the Mead mishaps. I said last week, what was with Miss LaFaux? Like, you know, whatever, like maybe that was meaningless. There was a character that came back that was pretty important to the rest of the story. Lots of context for you. I would have been real confused if I hadn't read that one actually for this character. And it was fun. It was a fun story. Yeah, those books are like, it's like fantasy, but like also just so ridiculous and cute. Okay. Then I read The Match. It's by Sarah Adams, and it is the It Happened in Charleston series, #1. This is about a girl who has epilepsy, and she has a seizure dog, and so like he helps notify her, like let her know she's gonna have a seizure, which not all dogs apparently can do for this, but even if they can't, they get the person on their side. There's like a push button that's at the dog level that calls their emergency contact. They lick their face to help wake them up faster, to get them out of it. They can like get water for them. Like these dogs are super trained. So this is about a girl who then like, she wants to match other people. So she actually starts working for this place called Southern Paws. It's an agency for dog, dogs for anybody with like various different needs. And she meets a little girl who also has epilepsy, and her dad is not sold on the dog thing. And then obviously a dog, they spend time together, yada yada, as you can imagine. Good book, really fun. It's a thing, I feel like Sarah Adams does this just like some other characters, where they write these like the family as the villain, which is not uncommon, right? Like, it's usually a dichotomy. One of them has a great family, one of them has a crap family. What I find interesting is just that, like, this is like a super rich family, so like I get that they're all judgy, and like, yes, I'm sure there are families that are truly like this, but it just seems odd to me that there's like, I don't know that it's lazy writing so much as like, it seems like much more of like a not writing characters, but just like writing a thing to get them to be like, these are evil characters and I'm going to give them 0 dimension and they're just rich and they only care about being rich. And like, I don't know, maybe that just feels like less realistic to me. So like that part of the story I didn't love so much. Everything else, excellent. Okay. So let's talk about what happened this week. What happened this week is that I decided to read Heartstopper, and I have 0 regrets, and I want everyone to read all of them. Do it. It'll take you not very long at all. They are comics. That's not everybody's jam. I did get them from my library, and they were not physical books. I just went online. We have Hoopla. You can also get them, the Kindle versions, from the library. The Hoopla was available for the first 3, like immediately. And Hoopla is just another app that like your library may or may not have. If you can, do it. These are by Alice Oseman. They're LGBTQ, coming of age, first love, coming out, discovering yourself, finding friend groups, found family. Like, it's just all of the things that are amazing. They're just called volume 1 through 5. I read all 5. The 6th one is coming out maybe next year. She did on Instagram or something say that she finished the manuscript for the 6th one. It'll be a semi wrap up of their story. The main characters are Charlie and Nick, and it's the best. And I don't want to tell you anything else about it except for that it's the best. It's just like heart eye emojis and hand holding and long hugs and talking about your emotions. Just like, they made me really happy. So I had the best time reading these. I think I read the first one. I like totally read on Friday, I think, like before I picked her up, because she got in super late, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna see if I can get through some of this. I think that I read the whole thing. Like, I picked her up at like midnight, so I read it like from baby down to, you know, getting her. There is like a text in it. There's like, you know, and there's lots of like text conversations you read and like, and dialogue and things, but it was just so good. Okay, so I read that and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so hooked. And I read like the 2nd and the 3rd one over the weekend. And then I snuck in a little bit of the 4th and the 5th one on Monday and Tuesday. Maybe on Monday. And then on Monday night, I was like, Liz, we had like watched something over the weekend, but I was like, do you maybe want to watch this? It's on Netflix, and like, this is a very loose premise, and I just read these books. And she was like, that sounds amazing and exactly what I want to watch. And I was like, okay. And we had the best time. So good. We only watched part of season 2, so now we're not together, and so we're gonna just have to catch up with each other about what we loved. But so far we loved everything. And do yourself a favor and read them and watch Netflix, because I think they did a really good job so far. I have not finished it. Season 3 is coming in October though, so jump on this bandwagon, everybody. Okay, let's talk about what happened this week. I talked to you guys on Thursday last week. Friday night, I picked up one of my really good friends from college. We've realized this weekend, like, We've basically known each other half our lives at this point, which is very fun. We met freshman year. We met before orientation because we were both cheerleaders together. She's the most lovely. Her name is Liz. She's the most lovely person. She's just super funny. She also reads a lot, so we swap book recommendations a lot. She is not a crafter, but she was making friendship bracelets all week because she's going to go see Taylor Swift in London. Or she's a real Swiftie, which I love. We listened to Taylor Swift all day today. So I picked her up from the airport late on Friday. My mom left for Pennsylvania over the weekend. She missed her flight, so I had to drive to the airport 3 times, and my husband had to drive once. Pick up Liz, drop off my mom, pick my mom back up, drop my mom back off again. And then I drove today to drop Liz off. So I dropped Liz off today. So she was with me for almost a week. We did a lot of stuff. We went to the zoo. Well, actually, my mom not leaving on time was actually kind of nice because she went to the zoo with us, which was the first time she's actually gone to the zoo, even though we have a membership that she can go whenever. And with baby, which was, she is getting better. She asked to see the otters this time. You guys, it's like a breakthrough. She watched the bears for a second. Every other animal she refused to look at. Not even, she refused to even look in the general direction of animals. The wolf was out. Yeah, anyway, it was great. Then we did knit night. Liz came with me to knit night, and I really had to go this week because Emily's in town. She's back. She and her husband moved back, which is the best news. So it was her first knit night, and how could I miss that? I couldn't miss it. And Liz made friendship bracelets, and she had a great time. It was really nice to get her to meet my friends here. Then I have cleaned my house to almost within an inch of its life. That's not true. I still have a bunch of cleaning to do, but Flock is not only a time for yarn buying, it is a time for friends. That is the more important part. It is our flock getting back together again. And we feel really lucky because we're here, so we get to hang out. And one of the things that collectively as a group last year, we thought that we really missed out on was the sleepover aspect, right? So we saw all these stories of people who had Airbnbs and they all got together and they got to hang out and have snacks after Flock and like be together. And we went to Flock, tried to go get dinner together, only really had a drink together, and then everyone was so tired we just like pieced to our houses. We're still going to be tired this year, but we are prepared to do a thing after, so I think everybody will just hang in there. Extra coffee in the middle of the day, whatever we need to do to make it. So this year, I elected to host. You know how it is. That sounds like, I mean, it is a really good idea, but it sounds like an idea that's not going to be too hard. Like, my house is generally clean most of the time. And it's fine. It is, but there's really like a lot of people in my house. And I was like, I just need to like, you know, when you start going and then you just get into it. And then I started like deep cleaning. It's also why I didn't get that much knitting done. I knew I had to clean up, which I did. That was not that hard. I picked up things, I vacuumed, I did whatever. But I just started like deep cleaning my kitchen. Did it need it? It needed it. Okay. It's not a bad thing. But then I started like really deep cleaning all the bathrooms, like everything in our whole house got washed, like just, you know, whatever. It was fine. I'd swapped out the baby's clothes finally. She's been in some 2T stuff, but not everything. Some, 18, 24 month, like for 5 months. Not quite that long. I've been like bringing things out, but I haven't taken all of her other clothes out. I did that. Go me. I put stuff in storage. We did a lot of things. We did some outside maintenance and stuff. I'm exhausted. I need 7 naps. I need a heating pad on my back. I need new knees. I'm old. So that's what we ended up doing. Liz, it's not like I just ignored my friend who was here. Liz was working. She was just at a sales kickoff for her company in Vegas and needed to be working. So she worked during the week. I cleaned. She visited with baby in between her meetings for 5 minutes. Mike was off. He was hanging with baby. And I mean, he was also working some. I'm the only one who truly took off, and I like really truly did not work. I didn't do anything other than Monday. So that was great. It's nice. I get a lot more knitting done when I'm not a cleaner and mommy during the day. I have meetings that I just get to sit. My job is pretty sedentary. I don't get that with her. She's crazy. And every nap time I was cleaning. So, you know, it's fine. I had a great time during Liz's visit. And then we had, so our San Francisco friends, I started this story and I didn't finish. I did get into the cleaning mode. But, so I am hosting a sleepover, which isn't that fun? For our knitting group. I'm so excited to have everybody here. We've obviously done knit weekends away, but we've never gotten everybody, and I still don't know if every person is going to sleep over, but everyone's going to attempt, and everyone is coming for dinner, and they're bringing their spouses or partners and babies. So we'll have 3 babies here because we also have our San Francisco friend group. Yeah, they're all coming too. 3 of them are bringing spouses. 1 of them is bringing a baby. So we're going to have 3 babies and like 25 people, and it's going to be very fun. Super excited to see everybody be all together. I'm making food. I'm going to make most of it tomorrow. I did an easy prep thing, something that is an instant pot thing that Mike can throw on the grill after just to warm up before we eat, which is great. So everything should be ready before I go to Flock on Saturday morning. Like, all the fingers crossed, everybody. Keep me in your thoughts. I'm going to try to get everything done and get this episode out and everything. Finish cleaning the upstairs of my house, which is really just, I have to put some of my clothes away. I'm exhausted. Can you tell? Okay, but I'm so excited. I'm really excited for everybody to be here. So after Flock on Saturday, which is why we're also not doing the rooftop dinner or the rooftop drinks, we already had this planned. So everyone is coming to my house. We're going to hang out. We're going to get together. We're going to talk knitting things. Hopefully the boys will entertain themselves. We will then send boys home. We will say bye-bye. And we will have girls' night in the downstairs living room of my house, which is a nice big space. Big enough for some air mattresses to blow up. We do have a couple of guest beds, but the girls so far are trying to elect we sleep all together in one room. I will say, I've already told them this, like, I'm gonna sleep in my bed because it's 20 feet from where they are. I'll hang out with everybody until I'm just too exhausted to live, and I'm just gonna go into my room. I need the quiet. But yeah, no, it's gonna be really, really fun. We're gonna have late night snacks. Like, it's just gonna be the best time. Like, we're trying to get all the same experience or close to it as traveling for something. And then we're gonna be at Flock on Sunday, so we'll be there all day Saturday. I'm gonna hang probably until 4, maybe until the end, but I do need to get home. Everything will be like prepped in the fridge. Plates will already be out, napkins, silverware. I'm like, I'm really not gonna have Mike have to do anything because he's gonna be with child all day other than get the grill ready. But I don't want to be like arriving after people, so I can at least pull stuff out. So I may dash tiny bit early, but it'll have been a full day. I'm sure I'll be ready to like unpeople for 20 minutes in my car and then be home. And then Sunday, we're gonna brunch here, and then we're going to go down to Flock, and we're gonna hang out for the day. I think everybody's planning to hang for as much as possible. But let's talk about some more things. So I will have my freeform done tomorrow afternoon. Probably not for this episode. I may post it on the grid or on my stories or something so you guys can see what I'm thinking about for Flock. You know, after we talked about this at Knit Night, everyone's still like, we don't know what we're gonna buy. We'll get inspired while we're there. There was a little bit less of the pre-buying kind of mentality this year, which I think we're all feeling a little saturated in stash, but also I think that's a better, like, it felt so precious the first time and it's very precious this time, but I think we are more spinners now. Like, there's just other things to interest us and to maybe want to feel and touch before we make purchases. So before we make commitments, I am going to have, like I said before, a couple of sweater ideas. I'm gonna have a couple of ideas for 1 to 2 skein projects for hand knits. That might be it might be like a combo spin for a hat or shawl. It may be a couple of things where I just know I'm going to need one skein for a special project or two that coordinate for a special project. So that's like a couple of things. I do have my eye on a couple of fiber things that I really like, a couple from Little Fiber Co. I'm going to touch all of Reshma's stuff, but she dyes with yellow in almost all of her colorways. And I'm just like, maybe not. Maybe it won't feel like too much yellow in person. You know, it's not my color. It's okay. So yeah, I'm really excited to get inspired, to touch samples, to walk around, to likely, other than getting some stitch markers at Hello Lavender, really truly walk around first, then make some purchases, and maybe even save purchases for Sunday. Yeah, of course, things could go, they may not have it anymore, but like, I'll be fine. And yeah, even for the special colorways for Flock, like I don't think I'm gonna be devastated if I don't get anything. There's nothing that's been like, oh my gosh, I must have that color or I will cease to be, you know, it's fine. But I want to be inspired. I want to chat with people. I want to see what other people's plans are for making, like when you're standing at a booth, like I like to chat to strangers. I am just on the introvert side of the scale, but I do like having interactions with strangers. I just have a small inner circle and I do need time to recharge. But if you're there and you see me, please say hi. I am not a scary person. I do sometimes have a resting unkind face when I'm thinking. My thinking face is not a smile. But I think I'll just be ear to ear smiles the whole weekend. So hopefully I look very approachable. You can come say hi to me. And we are going to meet up. We're going to meet up at 2 o'clock on Saturday to take a picture. I said, let's meet. I think I told the chat, let's meet at the La Mercerie booth. I will, if I change it, I'll put it in the Discord. And I'll tell Sylvan who's working at the booth so she can direct anybody. But I don't want to get lost. Like, I know that there's the atrium places to meet at, but I don't want to get lost in the middle of things. I think like when I get there, maybe I'll see like, oh, this is an easy place for us to meet, and I'll just send a message out. I'll also put it on Instagram. If I do pick a different place, I'll probably put it on Instagram anyway. But 2 o'clock. So we can hang out afterwards, but let's take a picture if you did and Emily Curtis knit. Emily will be in the picture. And then some of the other Pacific Knit West girls will be there. I don't know what I'm going to wear for the picture yet. This really depends on the Slanty Stripes. If I'm done with that, that's what I'm wearing. If I'm not done with that, I'll probably wear my color tip tee. Yes, I love my stripy turtle tank so much, but I think I want to wear my color tip tee. I really love that color. I want to bring it anyway to show Junie inside because I want her to feel it because she was kind of, we messaged about it on Instagram. So what am I wearing? This is what I said I was going to talk about. So, so that's my Flock plans. Honestly, you guys, I don't have a ton planned out. I did go through some more Instagram things so I could get excited about, especially the booths I don't know very well, so I don't just like gloss over or skip. But I'm already in like glorious, beautiful overwhelm. So that's an okay place to be. I'm okay with it. If I buy nothing, I'd be shook, right? That's not going to happen. But I'm not going to be upset if it's a small amount. I'm also not going to be upset if I spend a lot of money because that's my discretionary funds and I'm allowed to do that. So I guess my intention is not to go crazy, but I'm going to give myself leeway. What am I wearing? This is a really important question because we are doing photo shoots, guys. We're going to do it because everyone's together and it's really pretty. There are some really pretty spaces there to take pictures. We're also going to be close to downtown for pictures. So we are, as a knit group, wearing grapefruit for a picture. So I need to bring my sundial top. We are doing an Emily Curtis picture, which is what I'll bring one of those two things, maybe both, who knows, for a picture. I will be bringing my pike place, and I think we're planning to do the picture potentially on Sunday for that one, but I may bring it on Saturday because we're still like, I think one person is unaccounted for, and if they're coming on Sunday or not to Flock. in our knit group, and everyone in our knit group has finished their Pike Place knit. Wait, I don't know if Aviana has finished, but she started. I think she is finished, which is very exciting. So we can all take a picture together. And my wish, hope, and dream is that we can all make it down to the market to take a picture together in front of the big public market sign, which is what the Pike Place color is based off of. That would be just glorious. The way that they do, we'd need somebody else with us, but the way that they do the crosswalks there, you can kind of just stand in the road because it's like, it's a driving road. You should not stand in the road. But it's a lot of pedestrians and it's super crazy there. So people like drive at your own peril down this like little alley thing. But when the lights change, it's a 4-way change. So you can for sure just stand in the middle of the road and no one's going any direction for a real quick picture. 20 of them where we look cute like this. You know, so something like that. I'm going to be bringing, so Grapefruit, Pike Place, Emily Curtis knit, my Calm Down cardigan, which I think I want to take my Calm Down cardigan picture with my mixed rib camisole because it's an outfit, right? Yes, of course, I could just wear something else over like any of my other knits, but like it's an outfit. Why do you think I made that? So I'll probably do that. Which means I need versatile bottoms. It's going to be black or white. My current leaning for Saturday is white. Yeah, that's crazy. You're correct. Am I going to wear white shorts to a place where there's just like a billion people? I'm going to risk it. I'll probably actually, this is so crazy, but I'm going to pack my black shorts just in case. But I have new white jean shorts I got. They're Levi's. They're comfy. They're cute. They're high-waisted, so they're perfect for all of these things. And like, I'm sticking by this. White looks good with pretty much any knit. Makes it shine. Especially because I wear like deep, bold colors and not like a lot of neutrals. So there's not like a clash of white and cream for most of these. So I will actually be wearing makeup, like rough times. I mean, obviously I wear it for the podcast, but I don't in my normal life normally, but you know, there's gonna be a lot of pictures happening. So yes. And then Sunday, it's like, what is left of my summer wardrobe for me to wear, people? I don't know. I'll probably opt for the black shorts on Sunday. Or I have really cute blue shorts I could also wear. And I will either wear my color tip tee all day. And honestly, you guys, if I don't finish my Slanty Stripes, which is what I would really wear all day, I may wear my grapefruit, which is such a weird choice. Did you guys get floored by that? I just like surprised myself, but I think that's probably what I would do. I might wear my Pike Place all day too. It's really cute. I do have to wear a tank top under that because like I would just be worried about like moving around and having like hugging people and having like slippage. But I probably have to wear a tank top anyway because I'm gonna change my shirt in public like 10 times. Yeah. This is my plan. So Sunday I'll pick something that that's not accounted for. It's likely going to be, maybe it'll be my stripy turtle tank and a sweater. Oh, and let me not forget, on Saturday, we're taking a picture of the market Henley. I am excited to see Claire. I will wear that. I will also wear my waffle head wrap in some fashion for the picture. I am really excited, even though it's like a fingering weight long sleeve garment. I'm going to wear it inside for a little bit. What else? I think that's all. Okay, here's how you pack things like this, which is a crazy amount of things to go to a fiber festival. I am going to bring I have two really lightweight, large-ish bags to bring yarn home or fiber home in. Doesn't really like limit my full capacity, but I'm going to use those as the starting point. And they're big, but they roll up to be teeny tiny. So I'm going to stuff those in a bag. I'm going to bring a water bottle, sunscreen for when we go outside, lipstick, obviously, duh. I'll already have my makeup on, and hopefully I won't need to touch up much because I probably won't bring much with me. I will bring extra deodorant because you just never know. All right, everybody, it's just a thing. And I will bring a project. I'm only going to bring one, and that is going to be my moonset. And my moonset is nowhere near anything, but you know what I figured this week? I'm not going to work on it. And I have like 50 rows of the back to finish. I'm surely not going to finish that while I'm talking to everybody and walking around and stopping and getting snacks and doing whatever during flock. It's a very small project. It's got one ball of yarn attached to it, one cord right now. That's the best I could hope for. I will have to wear my pin for that, so I'll just make sure that it's packed. Because I will get it caught on everything if I have it on my shirt all day. Like, I need to have it on my tank top. I need to tuck it away while I'm not, you know, and also to be aware that I'm wearing it while I'm changing. Okay, I am then going to pack these knit things, small, hopefully with not too many wrinkles, inside of my bag. And it will be a largish backpack, so I can feel relatively comfy walking around with it. I don't think I'll do a flock bag. I think I'll do a backpack with my wallet, my keys, my phone, etc. too, all those kinds of good things. And I will just try to have them in what order I think I'm going to wear them. So I don't have to dig through the bag. But I am going to just do my best to like compress them without compressing them too much. And that'll be in the backpack. And then the tote bags, etc., are going to be for purchases. And that is the life that we lead. I may bring a steamer or see if Sylvan will put a steamer in her bag. She's going to be working that full mercery booth, so she could just like tuck it away in the corner if we need it. We're those kind of people. We would use a steamer really quick before a photo, because you know what? You don't knit for a long time and then take poo photos. Okay, so flock is happening. T-minus like 1 day and some hours. You guys, you can't really see it because I mean, I guess if I look this way, I like burst a blood vessel in my eye. I didn't do anything. I like woke up like that this morning. Maybe I'm stressed. I definitely am stressed about and nobody else in my knit group cares. I do realize this, and I'm cleaning for me. And it was more not even that like I'm cleaning as people are coming over. I had a little bit of time, and I am a nester in the deepest part of my soul. And so sometimes you just get the urge to make your nest more beautiful. And so that's what I did. You can see I changed some things in my yarn shelf, aka I just moved my podcaster yarn over here. Isn't it pretty? Yes, so I'm really excited for flock. My intention is just to be available. So I'm pleased, like, you're not interrupting me. You can come say hi. I am going to do a little bit of stories. Nobody like really said anything to my whatever last week, so I'm not going to do tons, but I may show you around like a little bit, show you some of the cool places. If I find something I really, really love, I'll take some pictures for me to remember I really loved it. But also then I might just put it in the highlights so you guys can see it. And that's what I'm planning to do. I will probably post on Discord also and throw something on the gram that on Sunday earlier in the day, maybe we'll do a meetup. That is sort of dependent on like when we get there and other things, but like probably more like a 1 o'clock-ish timeline, just to knit together for a little tiny break. Probably not many hours, just like maybe 30 to 45 minutes. We can all hang, say hi, whatever. And I gotta look again. There are a couple of people who are only going to be available on Sunday that did the knit along, and I'd love to at least say hi. So I'll just look at their schedules that they posted in Discord and make sure that accommodates it. But sometime earlier in the day, just like not 4 o'clock or whatever. So if you're going to be there, I'm excited to see you. If you're not going to be there, I mean, I'm sure there's something great near you. I hope you can enjoy that whenever it is. And I hope you are okay living vicariously through me for 1 more week when I talk about flock, and then I promise I'll be done with it until next year. I want to hear if people do take classes though. Like, please send me messages. I want to know, like, how are they? Were they worth it? Did you find that you like really learned a lot? Was it nice in the classroom setting? I didn't sign up for any this year, but I'm just interested. I want to know what that experience is like. And yeah, I hope that if you're there, you see me and you say hi, and I can put some faces to usernames. But yeah, let me know if you want anything particular for me to cover during my stories. I still can't commit to like other filming that there'll be like a longer thing, but I can do a short story here and there. There won't be a ton of them, probably because I'm really bad. But I did charge an extra battery pack for my phone. Okay, that's all. That's the other thing I'm bringing with me. Survival guide and one granola bar just in case. You know, you just gotta have your bases covered here, everybody. But yeah, okay, I'm glad that this was kind of short. I hope that you enjoyed it this week. I will get back to regular knitting, regular podcast, all the things. We'll cover all my acquisitions from Flock next week. I'll give a little rundown of the weekend. But for the most part, yeah, I'm just hoping that it's a really fun time and we can connect with friends, new friends, old friends, and all of our virtual friends just live all together in one place. Have a great day, week, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you soon.